did a reading for a woman who wanted to connect with her husband. I can't remember if I knew she wanted to hear from him or not, but as often happens, even if we have a certain person we want to hear from, other loved ones will come in as well. If you saw the movie Ghost, there's Whoopi Goldberg, the medium, and the family members are crowded around behind her like, I want to talk. No, I want to talk. So sometimes it can be a little confusing, but many times it's also just fun as they pull me back and forth and share their messages, not always in order, but like a regular conversation because it's a party. So this woman's husband did come in, but her paternal grandmother came in first, I believe, blowing kisses right away, a symbol of how much she loved her. But she showed me that she passed from cancer, specifically said this is the paternal grandmother. And my client was able to confirm, yeah, her grandmother did pass from cancer. She showed me a piano around her that she liked to crochet and knit. And I wonder if all grandparents did, but all grandmothers did. But in this case, that was very accurate. Also showed she was a teacher when she was here, and she was. Several of the things my client had to validate with her father after the reading, asking him about his mother because there were things that she didn't know. And I love when that happens, teaching point here, because it shows that a medium is not just reading the mind, reading the memory field of the client. When they don't even know these things and have to validate it later, that's when the medium truly has to trust what's coming through because they can't validate it on the spot. But what was really cool was this woman's paternal grandmother showed me a famous swimmer from like the 20s or 30s. And I believe it was Babe Didrikson. She was big into many sports. I don't know what decade it was. It didn't matter. I saw that old-timey one-piece bathing suit, and I just knew that this woman was saying that she liked to swim, but most importantly, she said, my name is the same as a famous swimmer. Now, I knew it wasn't Babe, but what an unusual way to get a name through. And this thrilled me because my client didn't know, but checked with her dad. Her grandmother's name was Hilda May. Now, how unusual is that name? And there was a very famous swimmer from the past, known nationwide, whose name was Hilda May. That one really showed the cleverness of the spirit world. Loved it. Hilda May Binns, there it is in my notes. So anybody will look her up. I didn't even need to look her up because Grandma validated it for me. What was really cool was her teaching. She showed me how proud she was of being a teacher. She was a teacher of French and actually received an award from the French government for her accuracy in teaching that foreign language. So clearly, those in the spirit world love to share things that they were proud of and known for. I sensed a grandfather. Many times when somebody is in the military, I just want to sit up straight. They'll salute me if they were enlisted because I was an officer in the Navy. But this grandfather had me really sitting up straight, and he didn't salute me. He made it clear I would have had to salute him. I said, your grandfather is telling me he was a general in the Army. And indeed, he was. Woo! Goosebumps with that one. So that was pretty cool. So very unusual. Also, I felt his physical symptom of a heart attack between my shoulder blades. I knew he had a heart attack, but usually my heart will palpitate if there was a heart attack. I actually felt the shooting pain back there, and she confirmed that both her father and her grandfather her husband, sorry, that's who she'd wanted to hear from, had a heart issue and a heart attack and felt it between the shoulder blades. So very interesting. Her husband showed me this symbol, which means current event, now. Teaching point for those of you working as mediums. My symbols may not work as your symbols. The spirit world will use something for you to indicate a common occurrence in a reading, like this is a current event. And the first time you see it, note it, and they will probably use that again and again for you. So now is the symbol. And he showed me pushing important papers towards her, like insurance papers. And the very next day in the mail, she received papers for his estate to finalize the very next day. What does that show us? And she didn't know what it was at the time. I just had to trust her husband. And that, yeah, I could see, you guys may not be able to see Lynette, but I could see Lynette in the background going like this. They have special vision, right? That higher perspective of the spirit world. Of course, they know what's in the mail and what's on the way to you. I've had those kinds of instances numerous times. So just truly trust and know in your heart that your loved ones are with you. They see what's coming down the lane a few days out. Of course, with humans' free will, things do change, but something like a package that's going to be delivered, or how about the woman that one time the mother across the veil showed me a lily, very clearly, a potted lily, the long green branches or leaves, the white flower. And my client said, no. And I said, no, this is a current event, your mom says. She said, no, I don't have one. And 5 minutes after the reading was over, she emails me. She says, Suzanne, the doorbell rang in the middle of the reading, but I didn't want to interrupt the reading. And when I went out the front door just now, there was a lily on the porch. It had been delivered by a florist in the middle of the reading. So again, there's mom across the veil. Oh, there's a florist. This is going to be a good one. Wait till this unfolds after the reading. You just have to love it. It's wondrous. I like to use the word magical, but it's not magic. It's the way it is. This is truth. This woman's guides came in this reading, and they said very clearly, I don't always get guides in a reading, but in this case, they said, don't worry about what other people think. Well, that turned out to be very prophetic, because it turns out that she is a very devout Christian, and she had a friend immediately when she was sharing her excitement about this reading tell her he was very afraid for her soul, or words to that effect. And she said it was like somebody kicked me in the stomach. Did I do something wrong? Am I a bad girl? That feeling that we get in our human mode. And then she suddenly remembered her guides had actually said, not in reference to that, but it just came immediately into her mind, no doubt put there by her guides to remind her, don't worry about what anybody says. And it just, she wrote to me and said it buoyed her spirit so much. And she realized that man is on his own path, and this is the path she has decided to go down. And it has brought her so much peace. She received a whole bunch of signs from her husband after that reading, now that she knew for sure he was there, and she could trust the signs that she'd been getting all along, but didn't really know if that was okay. It's totally okay. It's all about love. And imagine how wonderful it is for those across the veil when we acknowledge their signs.